Hey, good morning and welcome to Breakthrough Walls. I'm Ken Walls and I'm your host. And today I have the one, the only Mr. Nick Ogilvie on the show. This dude has a great story. You're going to love hearing this. So do me a favor and share this out and let all your friends and family know that Nick Ogilvie is on the show today. Stay with us. And we are back. Let me bring Nick on the show. Nick, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me, Kim. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. We just recently met at Craig Duswalt's event in Dallas and kind of got to know you. And I was like, wow, this dude has an unbelievable story. Let's get him on the show so he can tell everybody how to rise from the ashes like the phoenix.
Right.
Like, dude, you have one heck of a story. So let's start with telling everybody where you were born and raised. I'm going to give you full screen for that.
Okay. So I was born and raised in a small town, eastern New Mexico, called Clovis, New Mexico, known for agriculture, the Cannon Air Force Base, and the railroad. And went to all the way through high school, and then from there went to West Texas A&M, and they're in Canyon, not too far away. So yeah, just a small farming community.
And what'd you call it? West? Where were you? It's Clovis?
Eastern New Mexico, Clovis.
Clovis, okay. Agriculture in New Mexico.
Yeah, I know, right?
What agriculture? Well, no, I'm not familiar with ag in New Mexico.
Yeah, so we have a lot of wheat, maize, a lot of your grains. And then probably when I was about 10, a lot of the dairies came over there. And so we actually have a significant amount of dairy farmers over there.
All right. Okay. So did you grow up on a farm?
I didn't know. Well, every Friday I did. My great-grandparents had a farm, and so every Friday I was over there, and then until my mom got off work and went and picked me up.
So you did some farm work as a kid.
I did, and enjoyed it. And now I have a little ranch here in Texas that I've got 3 cows, and I enjoy just doing that.
Wow. So Nick, you went through high school and all of that in New Mexico. Did you get in any trouble as a kid, or did you stay pretty?
I was a pretty good kid. I spent 99% of my time at the golf course. So
really?
Yeah.
When did you start playing golf?
At the age of 7.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you pretty good at golf?
I used to be pretty good. Now I'm just, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I enjoy it though.
Did you play on the high school team or any of that? Or
I did. Yep. Played on the high school team, and yeah, it was great.
Wow. So you ended up going to college in Texas, which is not far from New Mexico. In fact, it borders
exactly.
New Mexico.
It was only 100 miles away.
Yeah. So what was there any kind of culture shock for you at all? What was that like going to college in Texas?
No, there wasn't really much culture shock. There was quite a group of guys from our area that I grew up with that kind of all went in the same college. And for about the first 2 months, we had the whole, we're just going to go back home every weekend type deal. And then, after that,
you stopped going back home.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So what, so what did you major in college?
So majored in business.
Okay. Did you
Yep, general
graduate?
business. Nope, I did not.
So you're a quitter.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a quarter.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So you didn't finish college.
No, and only lacked about a year.
Why did you leave?
So, I'm very money driven, and I had an opportunity to hire out with the railroad for BNSF Railway.
Wow.
And yeah, and I thought, well, I have these friends graduating with college degrees making $40,000 to $50,000 a year, but I can go to work for the railroad and make $100,000 a year. So I thought, well, I'm just going to quit now and start making the money.
Here, look, the comment on the screen. Jose worked for the railroad for 25 years.
Oh wow,
He's a good buddy of mine. Yeah, he retired from the railroad. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Look,
awesome.
he worked for BNSF.
Oh wow.
Wow. That's crazy.
Small
In
world.
California. Yeah.
Okay.
So you worked for so you left college and went to work for the railroad.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do for the railroad?
So
I look at the railroad and I think, well, there's only really one job, the guy that drives the train, but there's got to be more than that.
Yeah, I was the other guy. I was the conductor.
You were?
I was, yeah. So here's what the conductor does. So say you get called out all types of the times of the night, all types of weather. So we had a place. Just kind of give you a breakdown. So we'd go from Clovis, New Mexico to Belen, New Mexico, 242 miles.
Okay.
And in 242 miles, it's pretty desolate. So there was times where your train would break. And it might be at 2:00 in the morning because just something happened to the train, so it just stopped. So if it's snowing, raining, whatever, I'd have to suit up and go walk the train. It might be 2 miles long. So, yeah.
And look for where it's broke.
Look for where it's broke. And it could be I'd have to climb up a hill. I mean, it doesn't, you don't know what kind of terrain you're going to be at when it breaks.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've had I've had an encounter with a mountain lion.
Wow.
I've had an encounter with some wild dogs, which is worse than a mountain lion, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah. And then one time, it's kind of funny because, you get out there in the darkness and it was raining super hard and you feel like someone's watching you. And so I'm back there in the back and it's dark and I'm thinking, someone's watching me. I turn around and it was a cow, and that scared the crap out of me.
I would imagine. Yeah.
So I mean, it's just but yeah.
And he's like, move.
Yeah. He wasn't gonna do anything to me.
No.
He's wanting me to move the train.
So, like, what would break on a train? Like, you get a flat tire. I'm kidding, but like, what breaks on a train?
So yeah, your air hose could come apart. All sorts of things. You have detectors along the rail that will say it might give you a hot journal, which the journal's in the middle of the wheel. And so if it gets hot, we have to stop the train to inspect it because if not, it could cause a derailment and could hurt other people.
Yeah, I'm sure that would suck. So
yeah.
So how long did you do that?
For right at 10 years, a little over 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was the same route that you ran all the time? That
it was the last 2 years I ran from Amarillo, Texas to Wellington, Kansas.
Oh wow.
I did that route. And it was a good route.
Did you live somewhere in there?
Yeah, so I moved to Amarillo.
Okay.
And yeah.
Wow. I've been through Amarillo.
Yeah.
Hey, there's the one and only Craig.
Hey, what's up?
So you went, oh look, Scott Smith Hey, Scott graduated from Clovis High School.
Awesome.
Holy crap. Is that where you graduated?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Look at that. Do you know Scott?
I don't.
Wow. Small world.
It
So
is.
you went to you did that for 10 years. What happened? Did you just wake up one day and go, I've been working on the railroad all the live long days and I'm done? Or what happened?
So,
Sorry, I had to everybody's heard that song.
oh yeah.
What?
No. So about
Yeah,
a year
what
and a
happened?
half into the railroad, I got laid off from work. Typical,
From the railroad.
railroad, got laid off. And so I had to figure out, what am I going to do while I'm laid off? I don't want to just be here doing nothing. So
Right.
about when I was in junior high, I started getting those magazines in them, those smart money magazines.
Yep.
You remember those? So
Yep.
I had that. And in the back of every magazine, there was a franchise deal looking for opportunities to grow money, right?
Yep. Yep.
So it said solar or artificial turf was going to be the next big thing in the next 30 years. So what I
Solar
did,
or what? You broke up there.
or artificial turf.
Okay.
So I didn't want to go back to school to learn about electricity and stuff like that. I didn't have the time for that.
Right.
So I chose artificial turf.
Okay.
And what happened was I went through all these different franchises trying to get a franchise, and no one would get back with me. And it's probably because the location where I lived. It's kind of
Amarillo.
At this time it was Clovis. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Clovis. At the very beginning. And so it's kind of,
why? What's Clovis? What's wrong with Clovis?
Well, nothing's wrong with Clovis, but it only has 30,000 people.
Oh, I got you.
And so maybe they were thinking,
is it desert? Is Clovis
it is.
Desert? Is it?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
It really is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So experience a lot of drought. So, but
I can't wait to get his artificial turf, by the way.
Oh, I know. And I'm excited to put this in because I'm using a new product for him. So it's super.
Really? So he's like a guinea pig.
I hope it works, Greg. No.
Oh my God.
No. No, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So what I did was I called all these people to figure out how to lay artificial turf. One guy out in California, Steve Miller, he said, "Yeah, I'll do it because I don't see you as a threat all the way in New Mexico. So I'll teach you everything." So I flew out to California. I paid him to teach me how to lay artificial turf. And then I worked for free.
Was he in a band in the 70s by chance?
Wrong one.
Okay. Different Steve Miller. Got
different, it. Yeah, different one. And so I paid him to teach me, and I worked for free. And so
hold it. Okay, stop right there. We've got to talk about this because people today do not freaking get that. Say that again. You went out there. Yep. He agreed to teach you. You were his apprentice.
Correct. And I worked
for free.
Yep.
You guys get that? Go ahead.
Yeah. So, Craig.
Artificial turf coaching program.
We'll let you spearhead that one, Greg.
Yeah. Right.
No. So because I wanted to be supposedly this guy was the best in the nation. And so I lucked out and I wanted to learn the best because my philosophy is I want to be the best at everything that I do. And then that way I can translate over to the customers to give them the best product.
And this is all while you're laid off from the railroad.
This is all while I'm laid off.
How long were you laid off?
About a month and a half.
Okay.
But at the time, you don't know how long you're going to be laid off for.
Right.
So in the middle of this, I'm just using my savings this whole time because I'm not getting a paycheck. And so I do all this. I come back and I go and I talk to bankers because, hey, I want to do this artificial turf. And I go to every banker in Clovis, and
Which
none of
is
them
how
wanted
many? Like 3,
for.
4. God, I was so close.
You
So
were.
close.
And so they all laughed at me and said, it's not going to work. It's not going to. So the last one, I was a little frustrated, and I'd bring my little sample in every time, and I left the sample on this guy's desk. And he goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm just going to leave this here. I'm going to leave it here. And so, yeah.
Scott's dad was probably one of them.
Probably.
Wow.
And so the banker calls me up and says, hey, I have a lead for you. That piece of turf, the lady wanted some turf, get a bid. So anyways, do the bid and do the job.
Really?
And yeah. And I did maybe like 4 jobs the first year. Not very many, but I stuck with it. And
wait. What? So back up for a minute, because we can't leave the banker conversation.
mm-hmm.
The banker said, hey, I got a lead. This lady wants your product. You went and bid the job. But what, did you get any banker help at all besides a referral partner?
No, never.
No kidding. Wow.
Never did. It's just yeah.
Did my dad give you a loan? Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. Yeah. Tell dad thanks a lot. He screwed up. Wait till you hear what happens next, because this is freaking nuts what this guy's doing. You won't even believe it. Like, you're such a humble guy, and you're very unassuming, and like you're like, oh yeah, well, we'll talk about what you're doing now here in a minute. But so the banker said no. All of the bankers in town said no.
Yep.
They laughed you out of their offices. One of them called you and said, hey, this lady wants your product. You went and installed it. You did the job. And the first year you said you did 3 or 4 jobs.
Yeah, that's it.
So what about, so you went back to work on the railroad, obviously.
I did.
And you had this artificial turf business at the same time.
I did. So as it started picking up, what I did was I'd work the 3 o'clock job, which at the railroad. So I'd work from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. And but in the mornings, I would work the turf from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay.
So I did both jobs for about 6 years. And yeah. And then
was that tough?
Oh, yeah, it's super tough. Yeah. Super tough. But I wanted to make it work. And guys at the railroad, some of them would say, I don't understand why you're doing this. You make good enough money.
Yeah.
And well, that's the thing. It's good enough for them.
Good enough. Yeah.
It was not good enough for me.
Right.
And I'm a hustler. So
yeah. I know you are. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I see your product at 5 o'clock and I call and I want to talk to you. You're out on a train somewhere. And you're like, I'm like, dude, why aren't you answering your phone? Or did you?
Yeah. So at the beginning of all this, you could answer the phone. But yeah. But towards the end of my career with the railroad, you couldn't. So I just have to get back with them.
So you're literally going down the tracks talking on the phone to somebody about their turf, and they're like, what's all that clanking noise in the background? Like,
just a minute, I got to talk to the dispatcher.
Yeah. Oh my God. So Jose said, been there and done that, working different shifts to make extra money on the same railroad. That's crazy. So my wife's on here. She loves your story. So you did that for 6 years, and finally you closed the turf business because everybody laughed at you, and you spent the rest of your life working on the railroad.
Yeah, absolutely. That's about it. No,
Look, Scott says, I'm delivering train loads of turf, sir. That's funny. That's
I love it.
hilarious, actually. So tell everybody what happened next. So you spent 6 years doing both
Yeah,
jobs.
yeah.
Where did things go from there?
So I had a manufacturer call me one day and they said, "Hey, I need you to bid a job. Um, I think you could win it." And I said, "Well, what is it?"
Okay.
And it was 13 villa rooftops. It was a guardhouse, a spa, and a restaurant. And it was in Key Biscayne, Florida. So I'd never been to
Whoa.
Florida before,
Oh,
but
jeez.
I like water and I like golf, so I think it's going to be a good match. So
Wow.
I put together a bid form, and it
Did
was
he say villa? No, he did not, Craig.
mansion.
Yeah, right. It was a mansion, not a villa. Jeez. Let everybody get that right.
So, so I got a call about 3 weeks later coming back from Wellington, Kansas. We were actually stopped at a signal waiting to move the train. I get a phone call and said, "Hey, you won the bid." I said, "You're kidding me." So no. So I was like, "Okay." So I get in,
How much
and
was the bid?
$200,000.
200 grand.
Yeah,
Wow. Good
yeah.
profit margin in the deal?
I thought it was good profit margin,
Sure.
but I
He
won the
said, but
bid. I won the bid by $200,000. If that tells you anything.
oh wow.
So I get off the train, and you can get on a computer and move your vacation. So I moved my vacation so I could go work while I'm on vacation. So I go to Key Biscayne, which is just south of Miami, and I get there, and the GC tells me, "Man, I don't know how you're doing this so cheap. You're $200,000 less than the other guy." And I'm thinking, there's a lot of money to be made in this. Okay, I need to quit from the small mentality and go to big. Okay, so these places were going for $2 million, $3 million a villa, or and then
There's that damn word
there's that
again.
yeah. And then this guy, he says, "You want to go to the penthouse suite?" And I'm like, "Sure, absolutely." And so there was four of them up there on the rooftop, four penthouse suites, all on
Wow.
top of the tower. And they said, "Yeah, this lady just bought all four of them." And each villa, each penthouse was 8 million. So
So
I was like,
she owns the railroad.
"Yeah,
like,
right."
like
So
what the heck?
so I'm thinking, okay, well, what does she do? Because now I'm interested. Like, right, I want to
Yeah.
see what does she do because I want to learn.
Yeah.
And with a straight face, he said, "Her husband's the largest drug dealer in Argentina." Yeah.
Wow.
And so then I figured out how all the real estate and all that stuff
Oh my
worked. Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Crazy. So,
Wow.
but
Yeah, you
anyways,
don't want to mess that job up.
no, no.
No.
So then I saw the money that was being made in Florida. I literally called a realtor in Amarillo, Texas, where I was living at the time. And I said, "I'm not going to be back. Put my house on the market."
What?
Yeah. And I did 95, 4, and 75. All those three roads. Like, it's called the donut. I just did the donut for like 3 months straight to figure out where I wanted to live. And so I picked
Wow.
the Tampa side. And I've been there until 2 years ago when I moved to Dallas.
So, okay. So you never went back to the railroad?
No, I didn't.
You took a permanent vacation.
I did. And let me tell you how many people thought I was crazy. Well, they probably still do, but I mean, yeah.
Scott had some installed, paid around $10 a square in Phoenix. Phoenix is
That's a hot spot for it.
very hot, big hot spot. Yeah. So okay. So you never went back. I love that. Love
No.
that. You committed to your own business.
Yes.
Did you think at the time, how am I going to market this? How am I going to get my name out there? How am I going to get more business? I mean, a $200,000 job is cool, unless it's super low profit margins.
Yeah. And you're not gonna, yeah, and that's so. So here's the crazy deal about that. So I
Look
literally,
what my wife says. Yeah, our neighbors in Vegas, she vacuumed her lawn. It's crazy.
some people do,
What the heck? Yeah.
but so where was I at this? What'd you ask?
You have this one job.
Oh
You go
yeah,
do it for 200 grand.
yeah,
And is that the penthouse deal that was 200 grand?
yeah, that whole deal, yeah.
Okay. So
And honestly, I made about 30 grand off of it, and I thought that was
wow.
awesome. But
That, I mean,
no,
that beats a sharp stick in the eye.
yeah, yeah, it would have been nice to
So
have 230,000.
right. So you made some money on it,
Mhm.
and that's when you decided that my 6-figure income on the railroad is not as good as 30 grand.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
So I'm going to quit that and really go in on this. What did you do to market it? What did you do? And Craig says, market it. Like, what did you do from there? Like, you decided to
Yep.
move to Tampa, and that's a bold move to quit your job and do that. But what was next, man? How did you get your next job?
So what I did was I started making a list of every dog place in Tampa area, all the hotels, all the different places that
Mm,
could benefit turf, home builders, and I literally went door to door. I did not call. I just walked in there with assuming the sell, basically, saying, "Here you go. This is what you need. This is what you have to have. Your customers deserve the best. Here you go. I have the best. Let's put this in." And that's what I did in order to build up some funds to really market it. But
wow.
there was some cold calling, which I hate, in door
Yep.
to door. But if you want it bad enough, you'll do those things.
That's
And
right.
so that's and so
Amen.
that's what I did.
That's grassroots marketing right there.
There you go.
So, pardon the pun. I just said grass. So wow. Um, so that's commitment too. So you started getting more jobs, is what you're
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
And then where did it go from there? How did you start? Because okay, name some of your current clients, the big ones. Just
Hard Rock
name.
Hard Rock Hotels, Disney
Okay.
World, Mercedes Benz, Harley Davidson. Yeah.
So some smaller companies,
Yeah, small small companies.
little teeny
Yeah.
little companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great question. How long did you cold call before you got that first deal after the drug dealer?
um, how long did you cold call?
How many, do you know how long you went out
Maybe
knocking on doors?
Oh, I did that right off the bat. I mean, probably 1 in 3, honestly, because I was so hungry for it. I would get the deal every 1
Oh,
in 3.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Good
I
for you,
was
dude.
super. I mean, it's basically about being a product of the product and believing in what you sell. And
Yeah.
if you believe in it, you truly believe in it, you know it can. Literally, this stuff. I know it sounds weird, but it changes people's lives.
Tell
And
me how, because I sit here and I think, I mean, I don't know how much grass we have. I'm in
mhm,
Ohio, so we have a lot of grass. And I can't even imagine our dogs going out and doing their business on
yeah.
fake grass.
So So
How
you
does
can't
that work?
imagine you can't imagine that, but can you imagine those muddy paws getting inside the house and having Jill yell at you?
Well, I don't take the dogs out. She does, but unless she's out of town. But like, that's the thing. I get that, but like,
Mhm.
how do you keep it clean? How do you like that? That
It
just
literally will just scoop right off. And then if it's the other, you can just hose it and it's clean.
mm,
It's that I mean it's and there's no fleas, no ticks can live in it. So and so and, a lot of things too is do you value
hey, how do I get my dog to stop pooping on it? But yeah, it did change my life. Right.
So
Uh,
but it's things like, do you value time with your family on the weekends? Yeah. Or do
sure.
you want to be pushing that mower on the weekends?
I don't. I pay somebody to do that.
Yeah. But what if you didn't have no more lawn mowing bills or water bills?
Right. That would be good. That would be good. So what's the, I mean, I'm sure you do residential, not
A
just
ton.
commercial,
Yeah,
right?
a ton of residential.
Um, how, what's like the largest lawn that you've done?
Mm.
Craig said, does anyone want 2 dogs? Right? Are you trying to give mine away? I'm in, dude. Give them away. Um,
Uh,
so
so I've done about a 15,000 square foot job in Boca Raton at St. Andrews Country Club for a
wow.
home there. And um I did a recent one in Lucas, Texas. I did one for a good friend of mine, and built a par 3 for him, and so that's pretty large. So I did 3 golf holes.
Wow. Wow.
So one of the things that I can do that free dog
Craig. Speaking
so
of
one
hustlers.
yeah. So one of the things that that's unique to me is I can design and build a golf green that will replicate a bent grass golf green. I built the first golf course, 9-hole golf course on the southern Palo Duro Canyon in the United States.
What?
Yeah,
All out of,
artificial turf.
I keep wanting to say AstroTurf, but that's a brand, right? A
It
brand
is a
name.
brand, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Wow.
yeah, yep.
You built the first 9-hole golf course all out of artificial turf.
Yeah, so all the fringe, tee boxes, and golf greens are artificial turf.
Wow.
And then I built the driving range out there as well.
Dude, that is
So
insane.
yeah, yeah. So I haven't.
That sounds inexpensive. Very inexpensive. No.
Yeah, no, no.
No.
But I love designing, developing, and building the golf areas. That is a lot of
Yeah.
$10 square feet.
Yeah. So what, okay, I guess outside of the obvious, they don't have to mow it and maintain it, right? I guess there's
Mhm.
got to be some maintenance to it though, right?
There is, yeah. So what we like to use is this stuff called OxyTurf and spray on it, and it's just a disinfectant, and
Oh,
it
okay.
actually smells like real grass. So that's what we like to use.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Not as
um,
much maintenance though, right?
not as much. In some jobs, or some areas only just a leaf blower. I mean, that's literally it.
Do your
So
customers complain when they're in the middle of a drought?
no, and they don't have to follow the drought restrictions. It's crazy.
Right. I know, right? That's insane. So wow, man. So the biggest, like, do you go in and replace somebody's existing grass, real grass?
Yeah, we do. We go in
Wow.
there and dig it up, and then put the rock in, compact the rock, and the rock underneath the turf is going to act as drainage, so it drains really well. and then you put the turf on top, and that's it.
So dog urine
Mm-hmm.
just goes away.
Right. You have some companies, they'll put in like a sand infill, and it will actually stay in there and stink and really bad. But what we do is we use EnviroFill, and it's coated with Microban, which is antimicrobial, and that way it inhibits all that. There's not a problem.
Does it need to be recoated?
It doesn't. So it has a 16-year warranty. So the turf has a 15.
Look what Scott says. A lot of yards here are rock like mine was. It was like stepping on Legos. I'm sure. So that's something else is I've been on, I think everybody's probably seen or stepped on artificial turf at some point, and it's not always very soft.
Right. There are some that's not.
So yours is?
It is, yeah. I mean, it also depends what the customer picks. So it may be a shorter turf where it's not as soft versus longer turf where it's more plush and softer.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's Craig says that's what he's doing for me. Yeah. So back up a little bit to who was your very first really big deal, like super big deal?
That was the golf course I built on the south rim of Palo Duro Canyon.
Did they call you?
So no, I got referred to by a friend of mine. They said, "Hey, there's a developer looking to do this. Would you want to talk to him?" I said, "Absolutely." So I talked to him, and the rest is history. I told him, I said, I'm going to need, some like D9 dozers. Because he wanted me to design it, develop it, everything. And lo and behold, I went out there that Monday morning, and there said basically a whole lot of Caterpillar equipment to use at my disposal.
Somebody, I don't know who Facebook user is, but what about the old sprinkler system? What happens to that?
So on that, we usually try to keep the existing sprinkler system and just raise the heads, so that way it helps wash the turf if you want to clean it off.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, okay, the biggest job, but I mean, you've got Hard Rock Cafe, or Hard Rock Hotels. You've got all the other big, don't you have some football? Oh, that's Doug Wing.
Yeah, I did the kid zones for Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they called me. So that was a good one.
Wow. That's really cool.
And so now it's I don't have to really do the cold calling no more. People are calling me. So it's kind of nice.
And it's a multi-million-dollar company now, right?
Right. Yep.
So you're killing it in business. You've got people all over the US. Are you doing anything outside of the US?
No.
Because I hear Dubai has a lot of artificial turf.
Yeah, they were actually the ones that beat me on doing it, the first golf course in the world. I was hoping they beat me by 2 months.
Look, Craig says send empty envelopes instead of. That is a brilliant idea.
I like it.
So leave. I like that. You leave the old sprinkler systems to wash the grass. The antimicrobial, because now I'm thinking like, okay, it's like at some point, does it need replaced ever?
No, it's got a 16-year warranty, and I've been in the business for 16 years, and I've had no people, and no one's complained.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what about reactions? Do people go, man, I like this so much better than real grass? Do people say that?
Man, all my 90% of my customers say, I wish I would have done it sooner.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I did a golf green for a guy in his backyard, and he called me a week later and said, "Can you just go ahead and turf my whole yard?" And he's like, "I don't know why I didn't have you out here the time before." Um,
Jeez.
yeah, yep,
I paid the extra 50 cents a square foot for that has 15-year warranty.
gotcha.
Wow. Wow. The antimicrobial, and yeah, I should have done it the first month I was here. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome. Scott lives in Phoenix, and so does Doug. That's a great
yeah,
question,
that is a
Doug.
good question.
Does it get super hot? Because grass stays cool. Real grass.
Yeah. So funny that you mentioned that, Doug, because that's what we're putting at Craig's house is this 30-degree cooler artificial turf.
Do you
And
have a sample?
I happen
Oh, he's got a sample.
look at that.
Dude, that looks like real grass.
Now, here's the cool thing. All the backing on these other turfs are black, but not Lux blades. They're blue because it's cooler. So I had him put a touch of blue on it. So, but that's it. That's what Craig's getting
that
right
looks
there.
like real grass.
Yeah. So this is actually only Lux Blades turf here. You're not going to find it anywhere else. I get it actually manufactured for me.
No way.
Yeah. And
Dude,
so
that
what it
looks like
is,
real grass.
yeah. And I took the different fibers and made it so where it's 30 degrees cooler.
Holy crap. That's what you're putting in Craig's house?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Now, okay, so what about this? I have a question about it.
Okay.
It seems to me it would be like having carpet laid in your house, kind of inside. So are there seams that you
There
seam
are, yeah,
together?
there seems.
Okay. Can you see the seams?
If you have an inexperienced crew, absolutely. 100%.
Really?
Yeah, but with us, yeah. If you watch us install it and you know where the seams are going to be at, your eye always will always be there. But if you don't watch us the day that we install it, you won't see them.
Wow. That's incredible. So now you have your own product lines. When did you start your own product lines? Great question.
That is a good question. So 6 months ago.
Dude, okay, so you've been doing this 16 years.
Yep.
15 and a half years in, you went, I need my own product line.
Yeah. And I like says, is it just a private label? No, it's not a white label. It's actually my own deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
So wow, that is so cool. Hold that up again, would you? I'm going to give you full screen. I want everybody to see this. Like really show them the whole thing there. If you can back up a little bit. Back it up a little. That is unfreaking believable. That looks like real grass.
Yeah.
That is not what I was expecting it to look like.
No, and this here is it's a taller turf too. So that's one of the things was people with pets, you always have to go with the shorter turf because it's easier to clean and it doesn't mat down. So this one we developed a fiber that's stiffer that can be longer and more plush and still have so everybody's happy.
Does it hurt your feet stepping on it ever?
No. Nope, it does not.
There's no, I mean, you say it's a stiffer fiber that it's not poking the bottom of your feet like
no
walking on needles.
No,
if you're barefoot.
No,
I'm just asking. Wow.
I'm thinking of Tony Robbins when you're telling me that of the hot coals.
You're like, we're gonna help you get into the zone. Okay, ready? Go out and walk on your new lawn.
You got this.
Oh my God, that is so funny. So that's really cool, man. That's pretty cool. That's amazing, actually. It's
Thank
amazing.
you.
So how is that? Yeah, walking on fire. So look, Scott said it makes your yard look like a magazine cover. That's really awesome, man. Holy
Yeah.
crap. Maybe Scott will take pictures and post them in the comments of his lawn. That would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
So how busy are you now?
Months. Yeah.
You're months out, booked out.
Months out. Yeah.
Are
So
you
and I
getting
still
even bigger commercial jobs?
I'm kind of just I'm comfortable now with
Yeah.
because here's the deal. I could go out and get bigger and bigger and bigger, but the quality. And
Yeah.
that's honestly quality is a number. So what we try to do instead of customer service, which customer service is great, we want to give the customer experience and really just give them an all around product.
Look, Doug Wing is somebody. Doug's my best friend. You need to go to Phoenix and do his, because he's his dad, Doug's Little Giant Ladders. That's Doug Wing.
Okay, let's
Third
do it.
largest ladder company in the world, and you'll love Doug. So I'll connect you guys.
Perfect.
So Nick, do you have a marketing plan with our network? This is amazing. I talked to Diane yesterday. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, dude. Okay, so you're gonna get business off this live stream. Hold that up one more time. I know I'm being annoying with it, but it just
you're good.
Can you mail me some of that? I want some of that just to hold on. It's like a stress ball. It just seems like it would be something cool to have laying.
And do you see? Hey, and do you see how that sample I left at the banker? Just something like this would strike conversation.
But let me. Do you have a sample of other products that you can show side by side?
Yeah, I got a whole.
I love it.
I come prepared.
I come prepared. Look at that other one. Holy crap, dude. So they can get that. Okay, hold them up side by side. Can you do it where we can see them both? All right. So one is shorter and one is longer, it looks like.
Yep.
Dude, that is insane. Are both of those your product?
No, I just have this one. I can only afford to manufacture one at a time.
Right. So the other one though is what's the difference between those two?
The difference is the height of the turf and the fiber that was used. It's more of a flat fiber, and it's an okay fiber. But it's not me. I want to use like top notch. Here's another one. This is the fringe for the golf courses.
Oh my God.
You can see the brown in it.
Oh my God. That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is absolutely unbelievable. So all right. How soon can you be in Ohio? I'm kidding. So you can literally just like snow.
Snow actually melts really quick off of it because the insulator.
Oh my gosh. What about doing an office with putting greens? We could practice putting. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Diane, and I've done that before.
Really?
Car dealerships. Stuff like, yeah. Yeah. I did in West Palm Beach, Florida. I did a whole office it's called their green room. And I did their whole office in artificial turf.
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal, dude. How many jobs have you done in 16 years? Do you know? A lot. Thousands. Yeah. That's crazy. That's so awesome.
What's wild is you never know who's going to call your phone. I've had certain individuals call my phone and
look, Doug wants the putting green.
Perfect.
You can do it.
Yeah. We can do it. Absolutely.
Dude, so God, this is unbelievable. You definitely have Doug will do it. I know Doug. He's not just talking smack, trust me.
Awesome.
Yeah. So wow, man.
Yeah.
You best get ready to buckle up, add more, right? That's
Diane, if I can find
crazy.
some, let's do it.
Are you having a hard time finding employees?
I am. Yeah.
Are you?
Ever since COVID, I've really it's been a struggle. And
Mm.
and partly that's probably my fault because I really want the best. And
That's not your fault, man. That's a
I
good thing.
I feel like so here's what I tell, just a kind of little side note. This is what I tell my guys. I don't care if you have a single wide trailer home or a mansion or a villa. Treat everybody the same. You treat everybody, because everybody works hard for their money, and treat everybody the same. And that's, yeah, Craig, you are getting the A team. So, and that's just what I strive is everybody's just, I don't know, you just got to treat everybody with respect, and everybody works hard for their money. Doesn't matter what kind of property you have, everybody works hard. So
Scott just asked a great question.
I do. Yeah. So we do offer
Wow.
financing up to 0% on some, some cases.
There you go, Doug Wing. In case you can't plop down the cash, man, you can finance it. Doug said double wide. That's my little place. Shut up, dude. That's ridiculous. So I think well, let me ask you a question. I can't believe we've been on here 51 minutes already. Let me ask you this. Let's get back to the business side of things and the entrepreneurial journey.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody laughed at you.
Yep.
Who's laughing now, Nick?
Nobody.
They're working on the railroad and you're not.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And
exactly.
And I'm not look, I'm not Jose said, Doug Wing, if you need a loan, I can help. That's funny. So that's Doug does not need a loan. But so that's so funny. So when it's scary doing your own thing. It's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have especially a guaranteed 6-figure income
and great
benefits and all of that, and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to go out and do my own thing. And it's scary as hell doing that. So talk about, in your opinion, now the number one answer is fear to this question I'm getting ready to ask you. So you can't use that one. You have to do better. What do you think holds people back from taking those giant leaps, from having it all, man? Financial success and freedom and happiness in life. What do you think is holding people back?
Self-doubt. Self-doubt. They just don't think they can, which is a shame. Which is really a shame, because they can. They really can.
Yeah.
And it's just, I believe people have been programmed that they can't, that they got to follow a straight line. And I'm here to tell you that you can. So I firmly believe that.
What kept you going when times got tough? It doesn't sound like times got real tough, but maybe they did.
No, they did. They did. I mean, for the first 5 years, I mean, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, it's a roller coaster. Great job, bad job. Great job, bad job. Or no jobs, So, there's different people. There's dreamers, which I'm a dreamer.
Yeah.
And there's others, right? I believe that it can happen. I believe that it's all in the mindset. It is total mindset. It's basically kind of like what Steve Rizzo and you guys are talking about, positivity. If you believe in it and you think it's going to happen, that's great. Like if you want a new car, cut it out of a magazine, post it on a wall so you see that every day.
Yep.
And I mean, I do corny stuff like that, but it helps me out. That's honestly the things that I do to keep moving. Like I want a big house. I want this, and it may not even be a big house. It may be I want more land. I don't know, but it's crazy that people have so much self-doubt.
Yeah.
First you just got to find your why. Once you find your why, then just go.
Yep. I agree. And now you have a ranch and cows, and do you have horses?
No, I stay off horses. I stay off horses.
Yeah.
Love horses.
Scott said Nick went out and got the business by cold calling too. That's a lesson here. It is a huge lesson. That's how I started my business with $20. I had $20. And so I know I love your story. That's why I said I want you on the show. I love your story. I love your heart, man. You genuinely care about your customers. You genuinely
110%.
Like, that look, I know that there's customers you want to tell them to take a long walk off a short pier. We all have. We've all experienced the no offense to any Karens watching, but we've all experienced the Karens in life, right?
Yep.
But your heart is so, just like, you seem like you'd be willing to do whatever it takes to make a customer happy.
Yeah, I am. And I can honestly say you could call any of my customers and say, did they get a good job? And in 16 years, I haven't had anyone that says they haven't. And
Wow.
here's another thing that I do is I make them pay half up front, and then I don't make them pay the other half until they're 100% happy.
Wow.
That's just the way I do business.
That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. Wow. So Doug, you may not need a loan. I'm kidding. Wow. So are you doing these, like, he asked if you do it in Arizona, but I mean, are you doing this stuff all over the country?
Yeah, I've done it from California to Burlington, Vermont, all the way to the Keys.
How do you get crews to install it? Do you send your guys there?
Sometimes I have a network of guys that have actually helped start their own businesses. And
really?
Yeah.
And how do you ensure they're doing a good job for you?
Because I show up.
Do you really?
I do. I personally show up to all the jobs.
All the jobs?
Yeah. If they're out of state and stuff like that, I do. Yeah.
You flew to Vermont?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I have can I tell a funny story about Vermont?
Please. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So Vermont, I was doing this job in the middle of the winter, and the first time I flew there, I had no clue. So I flew into Boston, and drove to Burlington, Vermont, did the job, and everything was great. Well, it was an inside job for a baseball training facility, and they called for a full glue down. It's anyways on the project, and what happened was it was cold inside there. They didn't listen to my recommendations on gluing only 3 sides. They did a full glue down. So what happened was it was cold while I was there. Well, then when the construction completed and they turned on the heaters, it's a material, so it expands and contracts. So they had these bubbles all over the place on this brand new facility. So they called me up and said, well, I don't know what we're going to do. I said, I'm going to fly back up there. They said, you are? Wow. So I flew back up there, and I met with the GC, and I told the GC point blank exactly, if you would have done it this way. And they said, well, this is going to cost this, and this. And It's not going to cost anything. I'm going to go here. I'm going to fix it right now. And I fixed it.
Wow.
So that's my Burlington, Vermont story, because it's so cold. And yeah.
You took care of them.
I took care of them. Yep.
That's amazing, dude. That's amazing. Nick, you have one incredible story. Where can everybody, first off, I should have put this up earlier. What is your website address?
It's luxblades.com.
Oops. Okay. And is that where everybody can learn more about this and how,
absolutely.
Where's the best place to follow you on social media?
On Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook.com/luxblades. And then here's a new one for you, Ken. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
nicksbizcard.com.
That's right. nicksbizcard.com. And
even wrote a book on installing artificial turf.
That's all. Hold that up. Hold on. I'm going to give you full screen. Hold that up. Back up a little bit so people can see it. That is so awesome. So installing and understanding artificial turf, dude, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome, man. So he literally wrote the book on it, folks.
I did.
That's incredible. That is so incredible. We got Scott Smith putting your website up. My wife putting your website up. That is so awesome.
Thanks, everyone. Hey, and thanks to everyone for sharing too. That's awesome.
Diane is getting a biz card as well from one and only. Craig Duswalt says you are a rock star. You really are, dude. I love the fact that, and I would imagine it wouldn't even matter if it was a small job. If you had a ticked off customer, you'd do whatever it takes to get there and make them an unticked off customer.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, can I say a couple other things real quick or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
So seeing with your biz card, I mean, I know you don't self-promote yourself on that, but
I don't.
It's awesome. It is awesome. Let me tell you, I've had a lot of people, they're mind blown by it. So I really think it's awesome. And then, I mean, you know who helped me with the book? Craig. Thank you, Craig.
Yeah.
I mean, I thank you guys so much for everything. Like, it's awesome.
Well, I can't wait for you to share that at the private mastermind retreat that you and your wife are coming to. That's so awesome, dude.
At the villa?
Okay, fine. It's a villa. It's a mansion villa, but it's at the villas, but still. I don't know why they call it a villa. It's a mansion. But anyway, so dude, I'm honored to know you, call you a friend and a client now. And you're awesome, man. Your energy and your care for customers. That's what I love about you, man. I can tell you actually care. And that's unfortunately it's kind of rare in today's world. So and especially with, I'll just say, with contractor type situations. I mean, my God,
I see it every day.
It's nonstop, man. It's like, good grief, so I love what you're doing, and maybe I'll have you come up here and build me a little putting chipping green or something.
Okay.
In my yard. But Nick, you're awesome. Everybody go to luxblades.com. Follow Nick on all of his social media. Are you on Instagram?
I am, yeah. I'm on
TikTok?
Instagram as well.
TikTok,
yeah. I'm on TikTok.
Follow Nick everywhere. Go look him up. Nick Ogilvie, thank you for coming on, sharing your story, sharing your experience with everybody, and hit this guy up, man. He'll do a good job for you. So, yeah, Nick, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you, Ken.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you guys later. Have a great day. See you all later. Thanks, Nick.